I decided to get into this race is because when I look around Florida, I realize that it's broken up between those who have and those who have not. And it is those who have not that make up the greatest majority that are really in need of leadership. I know that Senator Marco Rubio has been in office for 12 years and has missed more work than every senator in the history of the United States. 60% of work, to be exact. Now, I don't know about you, but if you miss 60% of work, you probably won't be able to keep your job. And I don't believe he should keep his. So my campaign is about improving the quality of life. That's our campaign theme, that's our motto, and that's what I do each and every day in my life to help people live a better quality of life. For me, my spiritual gift is helping people. I am at my best when I am helping. If I am not helping people, then I'm not feeling good about myself. So I have to be helping people. It's the reason that I believe that I was put here on this earth. And so for me, running for office is really just a way to not only maximize my gift, but also to raise awareness on the issues that matter. Running in this campaign in 67 counties, I've learned a thing or two about what people believe, what people need, and how we can work together to bring those solutions to the people. The thing that I've learned is that each county has a different themed issue. I've also learned that there are at least 55,000 different issues that affect millions of people across this state and across this nation. And so one of the things that I do is that I hold town halls. I am the only candidate that believes in holding town halls each and every week, whether it's in person, on Twitter, or through what we call our Fridays for Florida virtual discussions on Facebook. I do this because I realize that our people, the people of the state, and really around the country, feel as if politicians are not listening. They feel as if politicians are going to do whatever it is that they want to do, and they feel like their voices do not matter. So this is why I hold town halls, because I want to be able to hear from the people so that I can utilize my skills and my gift to be able to bring those types of solutions that can help those people. So here's the thing. In a year and a half, our campaign has really been about helping people. I believe that I don't have to make promises about what I'm going to do when I get in office. I believe that there are things that we can do right now to actually make positive impact. So what I do with my campaign is that I oftentimes ask, what's on your heart? What's on your mind? How can we help you? Because there are really three jobs that a U.S. representative and a senator is supposed to do. One is vote on bills, the other one is to write bills, but the third job is constituent services. Representatives and senators are supposed to be helping you with issues that you have with state or federal agencies. And then oftentimes when you have an issue and you call your senator and you call your representative, you email them or write them, more than not, you won't get a return phone call, you won't get a return email, and if you get an email, it's going to be a canned response. So what we do is we try to provide the aid and assistance to people right now, and we've been able to pay for drug treatment programs through our campaign. We've been able to put roofs on homes, hot water heaters. We've been able to stop evictions. We've been able to help small businesses get idle grant funding by the thousands. We've helped hundreds of businesses to get established. And we've been able to provide tents to people who are homeless. Now, you don't have to be in Congress to be able to make that type of impact. But there are so many issues that are so pressing and so many issues that are important to the people. And the thing is that most politicians throw up these policies on their website, but the reality is that whenever I'm in front of people and they ask me, what's your platform? I just simply tell them my platform is about you. If I'm going to be a senator or a representative, the idea is to represent your interests, not my own. If you remember when Marco Rubio was over here years ago during the Parkland, right after the Parkland shooting, the gentleman asked him, the young man asked him, he said, if we are able to raise an equal amount of money as the NRA for your campaign, would you stop taking money from the NRA and start writing policy, gun policy, that benefits us and keeps us safe? Senator Marco Rubio said, "I will take money from anyone who aligns with my agenda." There is a fundamental flaw in how that thinking is, because it's not about our agenda, it's about your agenda. But we can't be about your agenda if we're not listening. We can't be about your agenda if we don't know what keeps you up at night. So for me, it's about what is it that you need that I can write policy to positively impact your world. And the only way I'm going to know what that is that I have to be in a room with you, I have to be listening to you, and I have to keep asking you what's on your heart, what's on your mind, what's important to you, and how can we work together to solve some of the greatest challenges of our time. A little bit of background about me. I grew up in Hardee County, which is an agricultural community in the centralmost part of the state. In that community, I grew up the son of a pastor. My mother was a special needs instructor, and one of the things that I learned was very important was what it meant to be in service of others. I learned that from both of my parents. And so all of my life, I have been doing everything in my power to expand and to maximize that gift of being able to help other people. And so whenever I think about these issues, I oftentimes think about how we can best move our society forward. I know that there is constantly debate between the two parties, and there should be debate. But what it has turned into is so much division and polarization in this country that we're not really able to accomplish much from a policy perspective. So as a political scientist, I have been looking at creative ways to move society forward by thinking outside of the box and being able to bring creative solutions to some of the most pressing issues. And I'll just give you a couple of them, for example. In 1963, President Kennedy passed the Equal Pay Act for women, making it illegal for women to be paid less than men for the same or similar work. Since then, we still see women being paid less than men for the same work. And here's the breakdown. For every dollar that a man receives on a job, a woman is receiving, or a white woman is receiving 82 cents. A black woman is receiving 64 cents, and a Hispanic woman is receiving 54 cents. That creates a huge gender pay gap. One of the things that I want to be able to do, because I know this affects millions of women and millions of families, because women are oftentimes the head of the household in America, is to be able to write policy that puts more teeth in the 1963 Equal Pay Act to investigate every employer in the United States. And when we find violations of the law, we want to be able to go back all the way to 1963 and get back pay for those women. My mom was a victim of gender pay inequality. She raised 7 of us on less, oftentimes working just as hard, if not harder than the men, but being paid less. Dr. King said that if you start off in a race behind, one or two things are going to have to happen if you want to win this race. Either the person ahead of you is going to have to slow down, or you're going to have to speed up. But if neither one of those things change, you will forever be behind. And I don't see people all just by themselves bringing the change. I believe that we are the change that we see. And like I said earlier, when I look around the state and I see that there are so many people that simply have not, these people need a voice, they need a champion to represent their interests, and that's why I'm running. And I'm talking about veterans who are dying by suicide each and every day at the rate of 22 a day. I'm talking about women who are constantly being under attack when it comes to their rights, their reproductive rights, their health care rights, when it comes to gender pay inequality. I'm talking about those kids that were basically being torn away from their parents at the border. That is something that probably is still happening. We need real solutions on some of the most critical issues in our time. Immigration, comprehensive immigration is a real serious issue. Right now in the state of Florida, there are at least 4 million people that are living with a disability. And they're not getting rich getting disability benefits. But when it comes to Republicans wanting to put money into where they want money to go, disability is one of the first areas that they want to take money from. And the fact of the matter is that there are millions more people that have been deemed disabled by a medical physician and are constantly being denied disability benefits, sometimes up to 8 years. When you look at this on the federal level, there are 61 million people living with a disability. When you talk about caretakers and family members, that number indirectly can impact over 120 million people. And what I want to do is I want to write policy that actually improves or increases the amount of disability benefits, at the same time in people from being denied benefits year after year. Because when you're denied benefits, the thing that does not stop is the bills that come due each and every month. And when you fall behind, coming out of COVID, coming out of a huge jobless market, people are already stressed out. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I wanted to highlight the fact that we are in such a mental health crisis in the United States. Not only because of COVID, not only because of the jobless claims, but because our politicians, our leaders have divided us so much that now you have family against family, friends against friends, and people are just falling out from all of this division. And so our campaign is about bringing people together, and that's why I hold the town halls, because I believe that if we talk enough about the issues, we will soon find out that we really do have more in common than not. It's just a matter of who's going to take the time to have these conversations, to show people how policy directly and indirectly impacts their world. Most people are not like us who are here tonight to be engaged civically. Most people got their civics knowledge from 9th grade. And in 9th grade, most people are not paying attention. So when they become adults, they get their civics education from like Fox News, who are basically just giving out speaking points. And speaking points, people will take those speaking points and simply build their entire world around them. And what I'm out here doing in every one of these counties is that we are tearing down these speaking points and giving people the real information so that they can have the best time for being able to see how policy is impacting them versus what the politicians are saying that it is doing for them. And what we've been able to do in a year and 5 months is that we've been able to build a massive campaign with thousands of change agents from around the country, all aimed at improving the quality of life by helping to put together policy that literally improves everyone's lives, not just some. And that's the real difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, is that the Republican Party are only interested in improving some people's lives. We want to improve everyone's quality of life, and in the process, bring people together so that we can move forward. I'm Ellison, and I approve this message.